You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
Welcome to the Rides Winning Insights, Horse and Rider's mini-sode series where we share audio lessons from Horse and Rider OnDemand trusted Western professionals. At Horse and Rider OnDemand, you can enjoy hundreds of how-to videos from disciplines like reining, ranch riding, reined cow horse, natural horsemanship, and more. Plus, you'll get insider access to clinic footage and step-by-step tutorials taught by top-level Western professionals. Head over to ondemand.horseandrider.com and use promo code THERIDE for 15% off our basic membership. That's ondemand.horseandrider.com and code THERIDE for 15% off.
In this episode, Horse and Rider on-demand expert Robin Frid goes over the importance of practicing slow elements of the trail event, like the gait and back through obstacles.
This week's episode is brought to you by Cosequin ASU Joint and Hoof Pellets. Cosequin ASU Joint and Hoof Pellets contain quality ingredients to support joint and hoof health and leave out the fillers, molasses, and alfalfa, all while delivering the taste horses love. The color of our ingredients shines through for a difference you can see. Visit cosequinequine.com to learn more. Now enjoy this week's training clip.
So I'm going to take a little bit more finished horse now, and first off I'm going to talk about our gait and how I want to work the gait, and then also our backup, and not only how I would like to see the gait done personally, but what I do to school the gait, because for a little bit of time there during all of our COVID problems, we did have the gate taken out of the trail because they didn't want people touching a rope or a regular gate, like a normal gate, as I would call it, where you would push it or swing it. So they didn't want people touching the same thing to protect people. We're actually seeing that obstacle put back into our courses now that most of our country is opening up and whatnot. So it was odd to see not doing it for a year or so. A lot of people really forgot about working their gait and how to work it and how to school it. And the first few shows, at least that I've seen, we've seen some problems out of riders and horses both that are just a little bit out of practice and they know how to do it. And then also, like I said, we're going to talk about our backup, and a backup that I personally like to set up often and the reasons why. I spend a lot of time working on my slow maneuvers and working on my horse's body control. Betsy's a little bit more finished horse. I believe that she's 8 or 9 years old now. I can't remember which. And, I showed her as a young horse. I showed you Cole earlier. So I kind of showed Betsy the same way. Did a lot of repetition in teaching her good things. And she makes mistakes. But for the most part, everything that I personally want is so ingrained in her now, and she understands it, that it's pretty much basic. 99% of the time she's going to do things well, and it's because of that repetition. So first off, I want to talk about our gait. Why do we want to work on the gait and the backup so much? It is guaranteed to be in every single class. In our rule books, the rules say we have to do a gait. We had a little hiatus without that. We have to show our horse backing up. We have to show our horse going forward over 4 or more pulls. Well, the going forward part, we see that often, and we practice that often, but we tend to forget 2 obstacles that are mandatory that we see all of the time. And because they're slow, they take a little bit more time. We get a little bored with them, but they're mandatory things. They need to be done well. You need to put your time in and practice them over and over. Betsy's pretty much gotten so used to doing it, she will actually try to do it herself in the gait. That's where our drills and our practicing comes in.
Once again, we'd like to thank Cosequin ASU Joint and Hoof Pellets for sponsoring this week's episode of the Rides Winning Insights. Thank you for tuning in to the Rides Winning Insights Minisode podcast. We hope you enjoyed this minisode. Please be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts and follow Horse and Rider on social media and at horseandrider.com to see all the cool things that we're up to. If you have any comments or questions, please be sure to hit us up at horseandrider@equinenetwork.com. We love to hear from you guys. And if you love what you're listening to, please be sure to leave us a review on iTunes.